It is a beautiful spring day in Maine today. Let's take a walk to my she shed. I chose voiceover for this stroll because a few of my steps you will see are a bit dicey, uneven ground, and a few obstacles. And please don't judge me too harshly, as we have had a very rainy spring here, and I have had limited opportunities to clean up in and around my she shed after it's been closed up for the winter. However, today's the day to get it done. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Welcome back if you have already endured my first two videos. This is Julie, and I'm a newbie here on YouTube. So my she shed. It's tucked in the woods and nestled away from our house. It is an initial catch-all for many of my reseller loots, and also storage for yard work implements. It does not have electricity, so I do not perform many of my fix-up projects here. It is, however, my peace and quiet nook with an occasional wildlife creature peeking in at me, my sit and think spot, and a small projects kind of space. Come on along, stay on board as I walk inside, and fair warning, it is a little messy, but it's my cleanup project for today. So I'll start by saying May. It's that time of the year when I walk the shoreline in my saltwater cove and beyond to pick up weathered finds. I clean up what the ocean tides push up to our rocky shores, most of it trash, and a small hoard of remnants lost at sea from the local fishermen and lobster boats. The trash goes in bags, but the relics I collect are the weathered buoys. And if I'm lucky, I stumble upon some unique driftwood and a small handful of sea glass. I also wait patiently for a few sunny days in a row, once May in Maine comes, to climb the local pile of discarded lobster boat remnants, seeking nautical rope to recycle. I don't know when I started this thing, as it has been for years. I began hoarding for myself to reuse the rope and display some of my weathered finds as decor on the outside of my she shed. One day, years ago, a vacationer stopped by wanting to buy a bunch of my weathered ropes and buoys. There was also a crafter friend of mine who wanted to buy some of the ropes that I had collected to use in her art. And so on and so on. I began selling more and more of my collected weathered buoys in my booth and online, and the salvage ropes I sold online only. I would sell out every summer season, so the shore cleanup and the rope pile climbing grew into a think outside the box reseller opportunity. Last summer, someone actually bought my whole nautical display hanging from the ceiling of my booth, and that was awesome. So, walking the shoreline, picking up and retrieving weathered relics, climbing the often treacherous discarded rope pile for sourcing rope to recycle are now more frequent than once yearly. But the month of May remains my kickoff time. If you know me or get to know me, picking picks and trash to treasure stories are my most fun stories to share. I hope you get a chuckle from this one. Like and subscribe to help me grow, and for you to follow for more quirkiness and behind the scenes of this reseller on YouTube. You will find my interests are varied, and I am still trying to find my comfort spot here on YouTube. I'm still getting my inventory garages reorganized, and I'm rebounding from having to close my booth in an antique mall. I am still challenging myself to post a video on YouTube every 2 to 3 days during this month of May. Check out my playlist as I pursue this journey, this new chapter in my life, behind the scenes as a vintage goodness reseller here on YouTube. I hope to share lots of stories and hope you might be inspired to enjoy the simple things, vintage goodness, and trash to treasure fun.